Hello, my name is Alan Nolan and I'm the illustrator of a fab new book from Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland called Climate SOS. We're going to do a drawing and comic making workshop today. So you need a pencil, some paper and a printout of this comic strip fun sheet called Sparky versus Guzzler. And you can get that from right here. Okay, this brilliant book, Climate SOS, is full of colorful illustrations and pages of cool comic strips because I am a huge comic fan, and it has a really exciting story by author Lucinda Jacob. It's available to read in schools and in libraries. It's all about a team of school kids who call themselves the Super Energy Activists Ireland. There's Orla, there's Ahmed, there's Katerina, and there's Jack. And of course, there's their dog Sparky, who's the cleverest canine in Ireland. Their mission is to tell people all about sustainable energy and all about the changes people can make to reduce energy waste and to help the environment. But in this book, they meet a greedy energy waster called Max Siphon, who hates animals, especially the poor dog Sparky, and is indifferent totally to the environment around him. And they meet his sidekick, and wait till I tell you about this guy, because he's a energy wasting nitwit who you might recognize called Guzzler. But Guzzler isn't as nasty as Max Siphon, but he still has a lot to learn about reducing energy waste. So because he's not so all bad, I'm going to show you how to draw the green energy wasting monster called Guzzler. And for this part, you're going to need a pencil and you're going to need your paper. So we're going to start off drawing Guzzler with his nose. Now Guzzler has a little roundy nose, almost like an egg shape like this, little oval. So we're going to start sort of in the middle of your sheet, but up towards the top with Guzzler's nose. So I'm going to start off with an egg shape for Guzzler's nose, just going around like that. So if you guys want to copy me, that'd be great. Cool. So we have Guzzler's nose. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do Guzzler's eyes. Now, Guzzler's eyes are kind of egg-shaped as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one egg here, except not a sideways egg. I'm going to do one sitting up like that, like a little boiled egg. And then another boiled egg behind it over here. Okay, so I'm going to do one boiled egg that looks like this. Okay, there's one of Guzzler's eyes. And then I'm going to do another boiled egg right beside it and a little bit behind it, just here. And then because Guzzler is sort of a silly, sort of a little bit dozy, I'm going to give him little eyelashes or eyelids going over his eyes like this. So two little curves for the eyelids, one here and one here. And then we'll do his eyes. Now, if you look at my eyes, there's a little light shining into my eye and you can see a little highlight in my eye. Here's a good tip. Whenever you're drawing a character like Guzzler, who's a monster, or Sparky, who's a dog, or you're drawing an aardvark, or you're drawing a whale, or you're drawing a person, or you're drawing a bird, whenever you're drawing their eyes, draw the little pupil and then put a little highlight, like I had in my eye from the light up there, in the eye, because it brings your character to life. It makes them jump off the page. It makes them look alive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two little circles, one in each of these eyes here for the pupils. So tiny little circles like this, 1, 2, and then inside those circles, I'm going to draw a tiny, minuscule, smallest circle you ever saw in your whole life for the little sparkle in the eye. So I'm going to do that up to the top right-hand corner of each of these circles. So one here and one here. Okay. And then I'm going to color in the big area. So he has little black pupils and little white sparkles. Okay. So leave the sparkle alone and color it in. And remember, guys, if you're slightly going over the lines or if your circles or egg shapes aren't correct, don't worry. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's only a bit of practice. Okay. So I'll just do the other eye here. And there we are. Guzzler's eyes and Guzzler's nose. Now, the next thing we're going to do is very important because Guzzler has a little bit of green hair that kind of comes off the top of his head and spikes. So we're going to do that green hair first. So from one eye, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sort of M shape, except like a letter M, except letter M only has 2 spikes. I'm going to do a letter M with another little spike. So it's not going to be, it's going to be with another spike on it. So I'm going to do 3 spikes on top of this M. And I'm going to do it sideways off the top of his head. So from this eye, I'm going to do little M, little spike, little spike. So you have an shape going that way. Cool. And the next thing we're going to do are my favorite part of Guzzler. Actually, my second favorite part of drawing Guzzler. We're going to do his horns. Because remember, Guzzler is a little green monster. He has these little green monster horns. So we're going to draw his horns next. I'm going to draw his horns by doing, it's really easy. It's like half a banana. If you think of what a half banana looks like, it goes up like this and then down like that. So 2 curves, one going up and one going down. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to do a curve coming up like this. Okay. And then I'm going to draw a curve coming down like this. So you half a banana over here. Okay. And then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to draw a curve coming up and a curve coming down. So just from the hair, curve coming up, and then back down to the eyeball, a curve coming down. Cool. Excellent. Now he's really starting to look like a monster. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do Guzzler's mouth. And this is my favorite part of Guzzler, because Guzzler has the biggest mouth you ever saw in your life. It's absolutely huge, nearly the size of his whole body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a big mouth that comes around like this with a big kind of C shape from his nose coming around to here. So a big C shape coming around like this. Okay. And then the rest of his mouth, a little bit more tricky. It's a little curve that goes around like this and then back up. So almost like a backward C on its side, or a kind of really wide S shape. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to start it here, little curve that comes around like that and then back up to here. And that's the top of his smile. So we put a little line like that going across to show it's the end of his smile. It's like the crease in his cheek. And then we're going to draw his teeth. Now his teeth are really cool because he's got 2 little teeth at the front. He's a bit like SpongeBob. He's got 2 little teeth like this, 2 little square teeth. So I'm going to draw those by drawing 2 little squares, one here and one here, just coming off the bottom of his mouth. Okay. And then if you like, you can give him some freckles, because he's an outdoor monster. He's always running around, although he does hide in cupboards and he does hide under beds. He loves going out in the sunshine as well on his days off from energy wasting. He'll go out in the sunshine, he get freckles. So you can draw some freckles on his snout there. Okay. And then we're going to draw his humongously sized mouth. And we're going to do that first of all by doing one big curve that starts here at the end of his big smile, comes down like that and up to the other side. So we'll start here with a big curve, starts under a smile, goes up to here. Okay, look at the size of that gob. Excellent. And then for his lower lip, just a little bit here, I'm just going to do another curve that comes around like that and then goes a little bit under his mouth like that. Brilliant. Cool. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do his bottom teeth. Now, he has loads and loads of bottom teeth. I'm just going to do 3 or 4. So again, like the top teeth, just upside down and coming up the bottom of his mouth, I'm going to do one little square here, one little square here, one little square here, and one little square here. There's his bottom teeth. Brilliant stuff. And then we will join up this side of his mouth with a little curve that goes from the snout down to his lip. All right. So a curve that goes from here down to here. Excellent. And then we're going to start on his body. So his body is a big tubby body. It's a big, almost like an egg shape again. This whole monster is made out of egg shapes, really. So to do that big tubby body, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a big egg shape that'll start up here with a big curve. That'll come down, 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 down. We'll stop it there because we want a little bit of room for his arm. Then we'll pick it up here and bring it down. And we'll stop it there. We need a little bit of room for his leg. And then we'll bring it across the bottom of the monster and right up over his tubby belly, right up to his lip again. Okay, so we're going to start here right up at his left hand horn, his left your right. We're going to draw a big curve that comes down to here, and then we're going to stop because that's where his arm is. Okay, And then we're going to pick it up just underneath with his hand to be about there. So we're going to continue that curve down, and then we're going to stop because that's where his leg is. Okay. And then we're going to pick it up again here. You can see the big curve going around. We're going to bring it from here right the way up to his chin. Excellent. You're doing really well. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw his hands. So we're going to draw his arms and we're going to draw his fingers. Now these are really easy to draw because his fingers look like sausages and his arms look like kind of like bananas as well, except they're not kind of pointy at the ends. They're just curved shapes like that. So think of a banana with a curve. So what we're going to do, first of all, for this arm is I'm going to draw a curve coming around like this. Okay. And then the same curve just inside it, a curve coming around like this. Okay. And then we're just going to draw 4 sausages for his fingers. And I'm sorry if anybody's vegetarian, or I'm sorry if anybody's vegan, but we're going to draw some sausages. But they could be vegetarian sausages as well. So we draw 4 vegetarian sausages. So we go sausage, 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 sausage. There's 4 sausages over there. We'll finish off that little sausage there. And then we draw his other arm, and we draw him waving like this. We draw him waving. He's going, hello, how's it going? Any energy for me to waste over here? So we draw him with his little arm sticking up. So I'm going to do the same thing. 2 curves like a banana, 1 here and 1 here. Okay. And then 4 sausages for his hands, vegetarian sausages. So we'll do the same thing again. Sausage, 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 sausage. There he is. So we're nearly done. We just have his legs to do because poor old Guzzler, he's going to be running around, but he's going to find it very hard to run around without any legs. So to do his legs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 little curves coming down here. Remember we left this little space down here for his leg? I'm going to draw 2 curves coming down. So from inside his body, just down like that, and inside his body, down like that. Okay. And then he can't hobble around on one leg. We need to draw the other one. So we draw the other leg over this side. One leg coming down like that and one coming down like that. And then we'll draw his feet. And his feet are just going to be like a little sort of rectangle shape with roundy ends instead of straight ends. So you know, rectangle straight across the top, straight down the side, straight across the bottom. We're going to go straight across the top, curvy, 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 and then straight across the bottom. So we're going to draw one here. So straight across the top, curvy, 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 straight across the bottom, curvy, curvy, curvy. Okay. And then over the other side, we do the same thing. Straight across the top, curvy, 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 straight across the bottom, curvy, curvy, curvy. Excellent. And then for his toes, we'll just draw 2 little curves there. 1, 2. And 2 little curves over here for his toes on his right hand foot. 1, 2, your left. Excellent. Cool. Now, we have to draw because this is Guzzler the monster. The last thing we're going to draw is his tail. So, all monsters have tails. This guy has a little S-shaped tail with a little brush, almost like an artist's brush that they do a painting with on the end. So to do his tail, I haven't left much room, but I'm just going to do a little S shape like this, little S like that. And then right beside it, another little S shape like this. And then I'm going to draw a little brush shape. So that's almost like a little teardrop shape. So a little teardrop over here, or raindrop. If you wanted to be less sad and more happy, a little raindrop shape there. And that's Guzzler. But we haven't drawn his tongue. So what we're going to do is, because Guzzler is always walking around, he's going, ah, like that with his tongue open. We're going to draw his little tongue. Well, it's not a little tongue, it's a big tongue. So inside his mouth, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to draw his tongue by just drawing 2 curves. I'm going to draw a curve that goes from the back of his mouth over to his tooth here. And then I'm going to draw one from the middle of that curve down to here, down to the bottom of his mouth. So from the back of his mouth over to his tooth, and from the middle of his mouth down to the end of his mouth. And that is Guzzler. Well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed drawing him. Excellent. Now, Lucinda Jacob, the author, has created loads of brilliant characters for Climate SOS. And I had fantastic fun drawing all of them, especially Guzzler. I really like drawing Guzzler with his horns and with his nose and with his tail, and he's all green and he's got a big gob on him. He's really cool to draw. But I loved equally drawing the SEAI team. And I even loved drawing the baddie called Max Siphon. He had big eyebrows and kind of baldy head. He was huge. He was really cool to draw. But my favourite character in the book to draw is Sparky, Ireland's cleverest canine. Now, Sparky is a lovely dog. She's got orangey golden fur, she's really furry, and she's big black eyebrows that make her really expressive because they're going up and down like that. She's got a shiny black nose, and in the book she's always doing something. She's a really busy dog. She's running here and there, and she's sorting out problems and doing all sorts of stuff. She has tons of energy, so much so that she's the one who puts the super into Super Energy Activists Ireland. So in fact, you could even say she's a sustainable energy superhero. So we're going to draw her like that. We're going to do another drawing. We're going to draw Sparky as a sustainable energy superhero. So we need a new page. So we're going to say goodbye to Guzzler. See you, Guzz. Take it easy, pal. Have a nice weekend now. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Excellent. And we're going to draw Sparky. So we're going to start off again up towards the top of the page, and we're going to draw her as a superhero. So she's slightly different than she is in the book. In the book, she dreams of being a superhero and she's really cool, but we are going to draw her as an actual superhero with a mask and with a big logo on her chest because she's so cool. So we're going to start off with Sparky, nearly in the same place that we did with Guzzler's nose. We're going to start with Sparky's nose, but Sparky doesn't have a little roundy nose. What she has is a nose that is like an upside down triangle. So flat across the top, pointy at the bottom. So in the middle of your sheet, a brand new sheet, or if you want to save paper, you can just turn Guzzler over and draw on the other side. We're going to start with the nose, and we're going to start the middle of the sheet up towards the top again. So the top third of the sheet, I'm going to draw a little upside down triangle. So flat across the top like this, okay, and pointy at the bottom like that. All right. And because she's a lovely, healthy dog, she's got a little healthy black shiny nose. We're going to make her nose shiny. We're going to put a little wobbly line just going across like that on her nose. And then we're going to color in the bottom area there. So just color in here so it looks like she's a little black shiny nose and make her look really cool. Excellent. And again, guys, if you're not colouring in completely, or there's little bits, or you're thinking, oh, it's more grey than black because I'm using a pencil, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do Sparky's eyes. And we're going to do these as circles, not egg shapes this time, because Guzzler isn't made out of eggs. Sparky is more circular eyes, okay? So each of these eyes is going to be a circle. So I'm going to draw two circles just over her nose. One here. Okay, and one here, two circles like that. Brilliant, excellent, cool. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do that trick with the pupils again. We're going to give her little shiny eyes with a sparkle. So right in the middle of those two circles, I'm going to draw two tiny circles. So in there, well, not too tiny because she's big, like pretty eyes. We'll make them quite big. So we'll draw them so it looks like a little donut, tiny little donut there. And then we'll do the same on this one. We'll draw another little donut. So another little circle here. Okay. And then we'll do a little sparkle. So up the top right-hand corner of each of those little donut middles, I'm going to draw a tiny, teeny, tiny circle like that. And then color them in. Okay. So color them in. Don't take too long because they're quite small. There we go. All colored in. And happy days. Cool. So there's Sparky's eyes and we have her nose. Next thing we're going to do is her mask. Now we're going to do the mask by doing a long rectangle like this. So flat across the sides this time, not like Guzzler's feet that had sort of roundy ends on the rectangle. They're flat across the top, flat across the sides, flat across the bottom. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to draw flat across the side here. Okay. And then I'm going to join up this line from here to the bottom of her eye. Okay, and from here to the top of her eye. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to draw a line straight down like that. And then I'm going to draw a line from the bottom of her eye over to the straight down line. And then I'm going to draw a line from the top of her eye to the top of the straight down line. And then for the middle of her mask over her eyes, I'm just going to draw a straight line going across like this. Okay. And then if you like, you can draw in her eyebrows because she has big black bushy eyebrows and they're really expressive in the book. So to draw her eyebrows, I'm just going to draw a bushy eyebrow here and a bushy eyebrow here. Cool. Excellent. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the fur on the top of her head. Now, Sparky is a lovely dog and she's so friendly that people are always petting her head like that. And they're going, oh, there you are, Sparky, all right. And they're petting the top of her head. So all her hair is sticking up. The fur on the top of her head sticks up like that. So to do the fur on the top of her head sticking up like she's just being petted, we're just going to put some furry fur on the top of her head. So it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So a bit of fur on the top of her head and 2 huge big furry ears is the next thing. We're going to draw them coming off the top of her mask like this, 2 big furry ears. So the first furry ear is going to be over here. We're going to draw a big curve going around like this. Okay. And then we're going to draw fur, which is like little W shapes, little, not straight line W's, but remember how we did the M earlier on? These are going to be little roundy W's going all the way across. So we're going to do roundy W, roundy W, roundy W, roundy W, roundy W, just like that. And then we're going to draw exactly the same sort of ear on the other side, but just flipped over. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a curve that comes over like that, like one side of the banana. And then roundy W, roundy W, roundy W. So roundy W, roundy W, roundy W, roundy W, and down to the mask again. Cool. Now I'm going to leave this mask uncolored, but if you want to, you can give her a blue mask, you can give her a red mask, you can give her a green mask, you can give her whatever color mask you like. It could even be a black mask if you just want to color it in completely. Cool. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do her mouth. So Sparky's mouth is really easy to draw. I'm just going to draw it with 2 big, sort of almost like a C shape. And I'll show you what I mean. It's like a letter C, not like the waves on the sea. That'd be crazy, but I'm going to do a C shape like a letter C. And I'm going to do one over here. So a letter C that will start at her mask, come around like this, and come up to meet her nose. Okay, so big round, you see. And then on the other side, I'm going to do a backward C. So I'm going to start at her nose this time, and I'm going to draw a curve that comes around like this and up to her mask again, all right? So it's going to start here, go roundy, 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 and up to her mask again. Brilliant. And then we put some freckles on Guzzler, so we put some freckles on Sparky as well. So we put some freckles on her snout like this. And we'll even give her a couple of little fangs, because all dogs have little sharp teeth. Now, Guzzler's teeth are kind of like little squares, but dogs' teeth are kind of sharp. And Sparky is no exception to that. She has little sharp teeth, almost like fangs, like vampire fangs, but she's really good. She'd never be like a vampire, like evil like a vampire. She's really good. So I'm going to draw those little sharp teeth, and I'm going to draw them. Whenever I draw them, I always think of ice cream cones. You know, ice cream cones that have like you go down to your local shop and you go, give me an ice cream cone, please. They say, certainly. And they pour it out of the machine and it comes out and there's loads of really creamy ice cream. It's delicious on top and they put a flake in it. Well, it's not that bit we're going to draw. What we're going to draw is the cone underneath. So little shapes like this, like really skinny isosceles triangles we're going to do. So we're going to do our triangular shaped teeth just by doing little cone shapes, just one here and one here. Cool. Excellent, guys. Okay, she's coming together really well. She has her ears, she has her mask, she has her eyes, she has her nose, she has her mouth, she has her little teeth. Next thing we're going to do is Sparky's body. Okay, now we're going to simplify. We're going to make the body into a big U shape. like the letter U. So straight down the sides and roundy at the bottom, all right? And it's going to be absolutely huge. It's going to start here at the side of her mouth. It's going to come right down, round, and then back up to the other side of her mouth, all right? Cool. Okay, so we start with the U shape. We'll start it here at the side of her mouth, okay? It'll come down, straight down, round for the bottom of the U, and then up, stop. And that's her body shape. So she kind of looks like a sausage with a face. She's a sausage dog. Who knew? Excellent. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the same shape inside that. Because a lot of dogs, they have their fur is one color, but their tummy is a slightly different color. So to show that difference in color, I'm going to draw another U. So exactly the same shape as this, just inside it. So I'm going to start a little bit inside here, just at the bottom of her mouth, with the U shape that comes down, round, up, stop. Excellent. She looks like she has an absolutely massive mouth like Guzzler now, but she doesn't, because that's her body and that's her chest. And to put the logo on her chest, what we're going to do is we're going to draw an S logo, like the Super Energy Activists Ireland have. They have an S logo in their symbol. So we're going to do the same for Sparky, and it also stands for Super Sparky, so it's really handy. So to do the S symbol, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an S shape right in the middle of her tummy. So S shape that comes around like that, across like that, down like that, up like that, across like that, across like that. Sort of spiky S shape. Okay, that's a tricky bit. But then the easy bit is I'm going to draw a circle around it. So around that S shape, I'm just going to draw a circle that comes around like that, and up like this, and up like this. It's actually more of an oval really than a circle. I'm terrible at drawing circles. If I try to draw a circle, it always ends up wonky. So handily for me, that's what I wanted here. I wanted a wonky circle. Brilliant. So we have her head, we have her body, we have her ears. Next thing we're going to draw are her arms, and we'll put her in a real heroic pose as if she's standing like this. Yes, I am Sparky, the super dog. Excellent. So we're going to draw her with her hands on her hips, like all good superheroes stand like. Excellent. So to draw that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw two angles coming out like this, two lines coming out at an angle. One from the bottom of her mouth where it meets her body. I'm going to draw an angle coming out like this, and then a line coming back like that. And then we do the inside of her arms as well. That's the outside of her arm. So from where the mouth meets the body, I'm going to draw a line coming out like this. Okay. And then a line coming back towards her body, almost at 90 degrees, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to draw the same shape, but smaller. Remember the way we did it with the U's? One U was smaller than the other U. I'm going to draw this shape again, but smaller. So it's going to come out like that and down like this. And then we've got the arm. We'll put a line across for the bottom of the sleeve. Okay. So a line going across the bottom of the sleeve. Cool. And then we'll draw her paw. Now, her paw, I'm just going to draw a little bit like Guzzler's hand. I'm just going to draw some sausage shapes. So I'm going to draw one sausage here and one sausage here coming out behind. Okay. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So from the same point, just where the mouth meets the body, I'm going to draw two lines coming out. So a line coming down like that, and then at a 90-degree angle back again towards the body. So the outside of her arm, a line coming out like that, and then 90-degree angle back towards the body. Okay. And then a smaller one inside again. So out like this and back towards the body. Finish off the bottom of the sleeve. And then, and every dog loves sausages, we're going to draw some sausages for our fingers again. So one big sausage and two big sausages behind it. It's probably a third hidden there in the back. Brilliant. We're nearly finished our dog. All we have are her feet. So to do her legs, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do two little curves coming from the bottom of her body. So one curve here and one curve here, slightly longer. Okay. And the same over here, I'm going to do one curve here and one curve here, slightly longer. Okay. And then There are her legs. We're going to do her paws next. So to do her feet and her paws, I'm just going to draw a straight line coming across here, a straight line coming across here. And then because she's furry paws, I'm going to put some spiky fur. I'm going to draw a line straight across, then some spiky fur down here, and a line coming across and spiky fur down here. Kind of like a king's crown, I'm going to do her toes, because her paws, whenever I draw them, they kind of look like a king's crown. You know the way a king's crown comes off the top of his head and then goes with spikes across like that and then straight back down. That's the way I'm going to do her toes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line coming out like that, and then king's crown, king's crown, king's crown. Okay. And then over the other side, a line coming out like that, and king's crown, king's crown, king's crown. Excellent. And then we'll put some fur on them because they are furry legs. So we'll just put a little bit of fur either side. And that's nearly Sparky, the sustainable energy super dog. But we forgot one thing. How do dogs let you know they're happy? Apart from coming up to you and going, I'm the happiest dog in Ireland. Guess how? They wag their tail. So Sparky has an absolutely massive tail in the book. So to draw that tail, I've left a little bit of room over here, but I could equally draw the tail on the other side if I want to. But I'll draw it over here because this is closer to me and I'm too lazy to walk all the other way over to the other side of my drawing board. I'm going to draw it here with a big curve that will start up here at the height of his elbow and come right down to his doggy bum. Okay? And then the other side, I'm going to do something similar to the W's on his ears. I'm going to put some little shaggy W shapes going down. Okay? So this time I'm going to start here. Well, I'll start up here at the height of his elbow with the line that comes wee, 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 round, 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 down to his doggy bottom. Excellent. And then I'm going to draw a few little, almost like feathery kind of shapes, but kind of roundy W shapes. I'll do it like this at the bottom of his tail, just coming up to his doggy bum. And there you go. There is Sparky, the sustainable energy super dog. Well done, everybody. You're absolutely fantastic. Brilliant stuff, guys. Okay. So now we've drawn Guzzler and we've drawn Sparky, the sustainable energy superhero. It's time to put these two crazy characters into a comic. Now, this underneath here is where you can download this brilliant worksheet, or it's not even a worksheet, I call it a fun sheet called Sparky versus Guzzler. And you can see it right here. It's a little comic that I have made up. It's got a little story happening in it here. And you see these empty little panels here? This is your opportunity to finish off the story yourself. And there's no right way or wrong way to do it. You use your imagination and you come up with whatever you like to finish it off. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to read it together. I'll read it out to you, and then you can decide how to finish it off using your imagination. So, guys, we shall read it together. So it's called Sparky versus Guzzler. Sparky the dog lives in a cool tree house and dreams of being an energy-saving superhero. But sometimes Sparky's friendly enemy, the energy-wasting monster called Guzzler, comes to call. Read the story below and using your imagination and creativity, draw in your very own ending. So remember, there's no right way or wrong way to do it. There's only your way using your imagination and your own creativity. So we'll start reading. And up in the first panel here, we have a caption that says, after a day of fun energy workshops with school kids, Sparky heads back to the Super Energy Activists Ireland's Treehouse HQ. Because they live in a treehouse. Well, they don't live there. They live at home with their mums and dads and aunties and uncles. But they have, the team have their HQ, their headquarters, in a cool treehouse in one of the gardens. And it's got electricity. It's got all the mod cons. So we have Sparky here heading back towards the cool treehouse, and she's going, I love telling school kids all about sustainable energy. Only to find, in the next panel, only to find that all the lights and every single appliance and device in the treehouse are switched on. Oh no, what a waste of energy. What the? Says Sparky. Who left all the lights on? And then she looks around and thinks, aha! This is a job for Super Sparky. And she dresses up as the superhero that we've just drawn. So you know how to draw Sparky in this comic strip. And in the next panel, she says, "Ha, there's only one person I know who wastes so much energy." And she looks around, and who do you think she sees? With their bottoms sticking out of a fridge because they want to make themselves a sandwich or make themselves, I don't know, pizza or something. They're trying to see what's in the fridge that they can eat. And Sparky says, "Ah, I recognize that green tail sticking out the fridge." So guys, what happens next? Will Sparky save the day, or will Guzzler escape to waste energy another day? We challenge you to use your imagination to draw the rest of the story. So, what will Sparky do with Guzzler? Does she pull him out of the fridge by the tail and throw him out the trapdoor in the treehouse and he goes, ah, falls on the ground? Would that be too mean? Does she call for the rest of the SEAI team who will catch Guzzler in a big net and bring him off to Green Monster Jail? That could happen very easily. Or is it a nice ending where she makes friends with Guzzler? She makes him a sandwich from stuff in the fridge, gives him a glass of milk, and then she makes him turn off all the lights apart from what they need and all the appliances apart from what they need so they're not wasting energy. Or will Guzzler and Sparky do something completely different? It is totally up to you. And remember, as I said, there's no right way or wrong way to do it. There's only your way. But before you start, I want to make sure that you know how you make a cartoon character speak in a comic strip. You use a speech bubble. So a brilliant way of using a speech bubble is to think about what you're going to draw on the panel first. Could be Sparky saying, "Here, what are you doing in my fridge?" And Guzzler looking around going, "I was just a bit hungry. I was looking to see if there was any cheese or biscuits or maybe a roast chicken in there." So you have to think about what they're going to say. So when you want them to say things, a good way to do it is to write down really lightly what you want your character to say so you know how much room it's going to take up. Then you draw a speech bubble around it with a little tail coming down to who the person is speaking, and then you write in the words. So if you want this guy, it's Sparky, so you want her to say, "Hi, I'm Sparky, K-I-E, that's how you spell my name." So you write, "Hi, I'm Sparky," and then you can draw a circle around it, or an oval, or it could even be a rectangle or a square, or a triangle if you want to be crazy about it. And then you draw your bubble around it. So again, it can be any shape. And then you draw what's called a tail coming to the person who's speaking. So that's just that little spiky little curve that goes around to the person who's speaking. So we have a tail here on the speech bubble and a tail here on Sparky. And that's how you do it. So guys, have a think about what you're going to do, how you're going to finish off your comic strip. Is Sparky going to be really mean to him and throw him out? Is she going to be really nice to him, give him a glass of milk and sit down and they're watching telly and they turn off all the lights because they don't need any other lights on because they got the telly on? Or is there going to be something completely different? Are aliens going to visit and abduct poor Guzzler up into a spaceship? Is he going to decide that, oh, I couldn't be bothered with this, I'm going to be holidays, I'm going to have a staycation down to West Cork, and he puts on his swimming togs, he puts on his swimming cap, and he heads off with his little suit bag off to West Cork? He could do whatever you like. He could be as crazy as you like. But guys, when you're finished your comic strip, remember to color it in. You color in my drawings, color in your drawings, make it as colorful as possible, scan it, and send it in to us because we would love to see them. And you can send it straight into SEAI. I'll see them there. I'd love to see them at this address down here. So guys, that is the workshop. Don't forget to look out for Climate SOS. It's in schools, it's in libraries, it's a great read. Lucinda Jacob did a brilliant job with the story. I love drawing all the pictures and all the comic strips that are in there as well. There's loads of comic strips. There's loads of pictures. I hope you really enjoy it. It's a brilliant story and it's from Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland and it's called Climate SOS. See you all soon, guys. Bye!